When I say I like tech, I mean I want to peep it so bad I'll accidentally get in the way of someone's presentation to do so. I recently went to a showcase for LG's 2026 audio-visual lineup, so TVs and sound system. LG are pretty much known as the kings of OLED TVs, although funnily enough the little history of OLED article on their website has some inaccuracies. Like they say Sony brought the first OLED TV to market in 2004, but it was actually 2007. The 2004 release was a PDA with an OLED screen, it wasn't a TV. Anyway though, I digress, and I guess it doesn't really matter, but I just like accuracy. But back to the showcase, impressively, this year's entry-level OLED looked better than last year's top-tier one, but I didn't get to tweak any of the settings, so I don't know, I feel like comparisons like that aren't really helpful, because who cares what it looks like out of the box if you can dial it in? They also showed off their Micro RGB TV, which is a newer tech. Instead of using white LED backlights, it uses red, green, blue ones for more color per color, and brightness up the wazoo. These things start at 75 inches big though, which dare I say is maybe a little bit silly. It's very, very big, but these ones aren't on sale till July. They've also got a suite of speakers that are compatible with Dolby Atmos FlexConnect, which is a relatively new system that basically uses software to compensate for shitty speaker placement, to help you experience the height and width of Dolby Atmos without a perfectly designed cinema room. Oh, and it's wireless. It's not too dissimilar to Sonos's TruePlay. Basically, they listen to sound in the room and change the output to compensate for the space. I assume output means EQ and like maybe volume, but they don't specifically say. The difference is Sonos requires an iOS device or models from their lineup that have microphones on them. While I haven't checked, I assume that all FlexConnect speakers have microphones because it's kind of the whole point, right? And being Dolby Atmos, FlexConnect is also focused specifically on cinema audio and creating height and width. But perhaps the main advantage of FlexConnect is that you can mix and match speaker brands, and LG have the first soundbar that can be used as a FlexConnect center channel, whereas previously you'd use the TV speakers for that, which, what's the point? And if you have the LG ThinQ app, you can use Sound Follow, which optimizes the sound for wherever you are in the room, or wherever your phone is. I didn't get to try this, but it sounds creepy. They also rolled out their transparent TV, the SIGNATURE OLED T, which was cool as hell. I mean, it is $80,000 for picture quality that can't quite compete with a traditional panel, but it's see-through until you put the back up and then it's not see-through. I adore when big companies use their resources to push tech forward or just do something fun, even if it's not necessarily going to be a heavy seller. Or maybe it is, I don't know, maybe I'm just running in the wrong circles where no one has an 80 grand TV. And while it is cool to see the new tech, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we've gotten to a point with TVs where you don't really notice the difference between like a mid-tier one and a high-end one unless you're looking at them side by side, which you never do if it's in your own home. I remember the days when we went from edge-lit TVs to backlit and local dimming zones, and that actually did make a really huge difference. But nowadays, we're splitting hairs, I feel anyway. But what about you? Are you itching for a new TV, or are your tech dollars saved for a different upgrade?